that's really what today is about. Me and you as just really being seen and really knowing that you're not invisible and that you're not just a label that other people attribute to you. You're more than that. You're not just Mary's daughters or Harry's wife or the pastor's wife. You get that all the time, don't you? Or Cameron's mom or Janita's sister or Josh's friend or a state worker or a divorcee or a widow or a former whatever. All of those titles and roles and labels that people put on us or we put on ourselves, you're more than that. You are not what your past circumstance is. You're really not even what your current circumstance is. But you have value and worth and importance just as yourself, all by yourself, regardless of who or what you're connected to, except for God. He defines us. And I love how he defines us. And Marta shared some of that with us earlier, but we are wonderfully made. We are more than enough. How many times do we question, am I enough? Not only are you enough, you're more than enough. You can say that with your snaps, right? More precious than rubies, more than a conqueror, an overcomer. You are redeemed. You are. You too. You are redeemed. You are whole. You are set free. You are beautiful. You are a princess. You are beloved. When I think about Flourish, I get this visual of a butterfly and, beautiful, elegant, graceful. I mean, who doesn't like butterflies, right? Purpose, real, but there's a couple of things you have to realize about a butterfly. One, they didn't start out that way. They start out as a caterpillar. Funny looking, ungraceful, not particularly attractive, just getting along, minding its own business, kind of living an average life, just hanging out and eating. But then one day, change happens, and everything that it had known and thought about itself started changing. Began to feel the stirring to do other things, to be something different. And the direction that his life was taking started to change, but it's kind of scary. And I think that literally the world began to close in on this little caterpillar. Think about when it's the cocoon. Its world is closing in. And just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, is when it became a butterfly. It went through some things, it experienced some discomfort, some unfamiliar things, but it was that process that led it to becoming what it was always created to be. So I'm here to serve you notice. Your time as a caterpillar has expired. Your wings are ready. And I know what you want to say. It's scary. It causes palm sweats. You know why I stand back here? Then you don't see my knees shaking. There's fear and there's doubt. And I know. I always say you can't cross the ocean unless you're willing to have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Right. Wow. And sometimes we want to hold on to where we are, but we cannot go where we're supposed to be, staying right where we are in our comfort zone. The comfort zone is beautiful, it's comfortable. It's a beautiful place, but nothing of significance grows more. So I get it when you say, I know there's something, but it's scary, and it will be scary. Do it anyway. And it will stretch you, and you will stumble. And it won't be perfect. And God, don't we want to look perfect? Is that not something for women? Say just work towards progression. We're not perfect. The last person has come and gone on this earth until he comes back. We're not going to be perfect. Don't wait to be ready. That's a mystical place. I like that. Right. Start when you're willing to take the step. Because it's your destiny. And I know some of you are being called to something you think makes no sense. And you may have taken the risk and shared it with somebody, and they agreed. Girl, that don't make no sense. Right? I'm just being real. We're women. We know how we do. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Be careful of people you allow to speak into your life. Well, they mean well, they just aren't there yet. They just aren't there. And there will be people who say they don't agree, or it doesn't make sense, or they wouldn't do it, and they're right, they wouldn't do it. That's why God's not calling them to. He knows they wouldn't do it either. That's why he's calling you. Because he trusts that you will do it. And if he called you, he equipped you, he planned for you, he prepared for you, he's with you, he sent others to support you and hold that space for you. My personal prayer is to be that type of friend that can hold space for another woman. I don't want to get caught up in my own issues, my own junk, and lose sight that it's really not about me. I want to be the person who's big enough to hold my vision and somebody else's. But it's hard to step out of her comfort zone.
It sure is.
It really is. But like I said, nothing of significance grows there. And God has not called us to be successful, he's called us to be significant. Your life has purpose. Your dreams count. You were born to make an impact. There's some things stirring in you. Knowing that God's ways are not your ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts. He knew your end from the beginning. And he's able to do immeasurably more than you can ask, think, or imagine. And I can ask for some big stuff. We're women, right? I can ask for some stuff. He can do more than that. He's all powerful, he's all knowing. He's the creator, he's the way maker, he's the deliverer, he's the provider, he's the healer, he makes the impossible possible. He's the one who cannot lie. His words do not return to him void. He promises a hope and a future and a life more abundant and safety and provision, and that we will never walk alone. And everything works out for our good. That's our God. So, with all of that, what are you waiting for? For it to make sense to you? Get over yourself. But really, I just want to encourage you and support you, and center you, coach you, kick you if I have to with my good foot. But it's time to stop sitting on your gifts. The world is waiting for what only you have. Nobody else has your gifts, your talents, your vision, and it's for somebody else. So whether he's called you to be a lamp, a lifeboat, or a ladder, be that. Now I have to think on that one, right? I'm going to say that again. A lamp, a lifeboat, or a ladder, be that.